today's the day. I have got to get myself organized. I have so many works in progress, projects on the go that I just can't keep them straight. I have so many projects, they're in categories, right? Sewing, hand sewing, embroidery, hand embroidery, crochet, knitting. It goes on and on. So I've got to get it organized. I need to update my project book. I need to get myself in order for winter because winter is when I'm the most productive, when I get the most quilting done, the most projects done. Summer, I'm outside in the garden. So today's the day. I am going to tackle this with you guys and show you all the dirt. All right, I'm just going to start. I'm not even organized. I've got them piled up next to me here. We're just going to go through them. Sorry, I have a little bit of a cold. Oh my goodness, this list. I love this planner book. But I'll put a note about what it is. It's the Quilter's Planner, but I put all my projects in it. It does make you pause when you see the list. When you see it in writing, black and white, it is quite scary. That's okay. All right. So I have projects that I have not started that are on this list that I want to do. So I'm not going to go over those. I'm just going to go over the ones that I've actually put a needle in, cut, somehow actually started. And I think I'll start with my blocks of the month because I have a few and they happen to be the closest thing to me right now. So let's take a look at some of those. Blocks of the month. Yes. I feel like I'm addicted to them because it's always something new and shiny, right? Every month you get a package. It's like a little Christmas. Okay, this is how I organize them. It's nothing fancy, a box. But what does help me is this. These little folders that I write in a wet erase marker. That way, when I'm touching them, it doesn't just smudge off. But this one that I have here is called Flyway. This one is with cotton cuts. I picked the Tula Pink fabrics, and actually, this is our last month. It was 10 months, so we're going to get our last clue here any day. It's a mystery or puzzle quilt, I think they call it. And yeah, let's just take a look at a couple of these. After I sew them together, I store them. So I don't know what this quilt's going to look like, but I store them by whatever their pattern labeled them. Block 1, A, B, whatever it is. And I just follow the directions, sew it up, and then wait for the reveal and how to put it together. So that one is on the go and is not delayed because of me. I'm waiting for the final clue. This one is absolutely delayed because of me. This one is Modern Quilt Studio, Sweet Tooth. I've done a few of their mysteries. They're actually really cool. I'll try to find a picture or two of, I can think of two right now. Secret Agent I did, and Lighthouse Inn. Sweet Tooth, I got partway through it, and to be honest, I just stalled out. This one is really about the color variation, playing with, how you overlap two different colors, right? Yellow and blue make green, that kind of idea. And I'm most of the way there. I really am. I just need to get everything back out and tackle it. All right, the next one is an 18-month project, block of the month, and it's with Pink Door Fabrics. This one is also Tula Pink, just so happens to be, and it's English paper piece. And this blanket, going to be huge. I think they said queen. I'm telling you, it's going to be a king. It's huge. I'll just show you a few of them. There's so many that would be a whole different video, but I'll show you a few that I've done. This project is really about the fussy cutting, and which means you take a piece of fabric and you focus on a specific area and you intentionally cut that repeatedly to make an effect, to make a different pattern. So you can see cutting the exact same thing over and over again, and then it kind of takes on a secondary pattern. These are really great. Tulip Pink is awesome. I love this one. You can see the hamsters. Yeah. Again, this is 18 months. It is an absolute flavor of love. I am stoked for this one. Again, it's going to be huge. It is, we have 4 more months of this. And because I saw the end in sight, what do you think I did? Started another one. That's right. Because why wouldn't I? Gosh, this one's going to be done in 4 months. Then what will I do? Wait till you see all these. You'll know what I'll be doing. All right, let me go get the next one. Okay, I love this one. I love them all, don't you? I mean, you love them all. They're like your children. But every once in a while, there is a favorite. Sorry, kids. Right now, this is my favorite. It's from A Quilting Life. And Sherry does a free block of the month and has for years. Did I know that? No. Didn't know. Some of my favorite fabric, it just makes me happy. And I love bright, colorful things. That's what makes me happy. And this one delivers. I think I have a little video on it, but I'll just show you a few. So it's log cabin with center blocks. It's going to be so cute. A lot of fun. So working on this one, I have 2 more. Yes, 2 more. And then I'll put it together with some sashi and cornerstones, I think, if I remember right. I haven't seen the final, but I have a pretty good idea. And these are pretty big blocks. I don't normally make blocks this big, but I kind of like it. They're right now 18 and a half inches unfinished. So this will be fun. Again, should be the last block design we'll get is December, and then I'll put it together. So you will see this one for sure. You will see this one. I will commit. I'm committing. So you gotta hold me accountable. You're gonna see this finished before New Year's. And what I mean is the quilt top is done. And you'll see later why I'm saying that. The top will be done by New Year's. Okay, next. All right, so because I saw the end in sight with my pink Noir fabric, Tulip Pink EPP, I had to sign up for another one. I've done a few little videos on this, just starting. This is like just starting. And it's with some of my favorite fabric, which is Liberty of London Tanalon. This one is called Dear Jane. And it is based on, I will show you in the book, based on a quilt that was made in 1863. Okay, so that is lovely, really. And we're going to do it as EPP, as English paper piece. So here's like the back of one. Okay. Isn't that cute? Just starting. I'm so excited. I'm actually going to join these by hand also and quilt it by hand, the whole thing. So I'm really excited. This is going to go for, remember, or more. I'll put it in the video. Sorry, off the top of my head, I can't remember. It's gonna take a hot minute for sure because this is all hand sewn. There's a piece in here. I want to find it. We have a little Facebook group, and everyone was saying the same thing. This one had 45 pieces. Now these blocks right now are 4.5 inches. That's all. If these are tiny little guys, they're sweet. You wouldn't know they'd give you so much trouble. So much trouble. Look at that beast. This is 4.5 inches. 45 pieces in 4.5 inches. I'm not doing that math, but you could do the math. It's a hell of a lot, is what it is. Anyway, another project. Okay, but while I was getting a few supplies, the project is so little, it'll just take a minute. It's just gonna take a minute. Okay, this one really, and I'm joking a little bit, but it really won't take long. It's just these little stars. Isn't that cute? Now I'm not doing them in Christmas colors. These are also with Liberty of London Tantalon. They're pinks. They're all in pink. So, you know, as quilters do, as we do, as makers do, I got to thinking, never good, friends, because I start to make things harder than they need to be. But I want to reuse these, so I want to make these these are going to be pink. I want to make them. I'm excited, but I also would like to reuse them and maybe make some purples or some blues, right? Well, in order for these to have structure, you got to leave the paper in. So I made my own paper. So I did it the traditional way, EPP. Took the papers out and then glued with some little Elmer's glue, solid piece, so I could use the papers. I don't know. I don't know why. I can't tell you why I do this, but I do. So I have the parts ready for one. I just got this week. I have the parts ready for one star. I just need to actually sew it together. And that's just some little thing, you know, on the side. Right. That is the end of the block of the bunts and my little side hustle on this one. I don't know why. Really, if anybody can explain it to me, I really want to know. Please tell me in the comments. Okay, I saw this little project, and you know how we do. I thought I could get this done in just a minute. Isn't that cute? A pumpkin. And this is a pattern. The name of it is Embroidered Felt Pumpkin, Amber Glow Edition. So another one that I made into something bigger than it needed to be, and I just barely started. That's as far as I got. But it's full disclosure day, so you're getting to see it all. I started it, you're gonna see it. This is probably winter of 2026. I don't know when. I promise I'm gonna get to this. It's just, I'll get to it. Okay. This one, do I even have a picture of it? I started this. I worked in Germany for about a year in 2023. And I started this cross stitch. It's going to be really pretty. Wildflowers. Still in the hoop. I got back in December 2023. And it's been sitting since then. don't want to say who this is for. They don't know. So when they get it, it'll be as if I worked on it in a dedicated fashion and busted it out for them. They are not going to know that it was on pause for 2 or 3 years. It's still going to be awesome when it's done. When am I getting to this one? It's going to happen. I mean, this one didn't even get a project box. Okay. I have one worse than that. Yeah, it's behind me. Let me grab it. Baby cross stitch. Little blanket. This was supposed to be for my nephew's first child. And I don't, 5 years ago, I think I started this. Might be maybe for my first grandchild at this point. I don't know. I don't know. It's super cute. I love it. Just another project. It's cuter. I'm gonna put this away. While I was getting the baby blanket, I found this little bag of fun. Isn't that cute? They're little ornaments, little felt ornaments. You know the type. I got them from Missouri Star Quilt Company, which I absolutely love. I think, yeah, they're one of my top places. Missouri Star. That quarter shop is 100%. They both are. But anyway, I got these again. I thought I would do them in Germany because I was there by myself. I had plenty of time. Anyway, those are not going to be done for Christmas even this year. Can I commit to next year? Can I commit? I'm going to put a date on it. These are going to be done. Okay, they're going to be done by next Christmas. Again, hold me accountable. I'm going to put it in my book. And when I put it in the book, it's in the book, which my book doesn't hold me accountable. So you guys might need to Christmas next year. Onto some yarn projects. Because don't just quilt, do we? This one's tough. Pull back out. That's what I'm making. Isn't it cute? I mean, this yarn, come on. Yummy. It really is. And making a little shawl. I think I would have to start over. This one's been sitting for so long. I don't even know where the pattern is. That's true. I don't. Oh my gosh, I just remembered another project. Oh, I thought I had them all down here. I work in the basement. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to go upstairs in a minute and grab. Oh shoot. I got it. I'm showing you. I'm showing you. Okay. Here's a blanket. And oh, this one was like kind of like a row blanket. Each row has its own stitch thing happening. Double stitch. These guys. Anyway, the yarn is beautiful. It's Yarn Beat Thistle is the color. Feathery lavender color. like gray lavender, I think would be right. That's awesome. Still not done. I'm gonna say that I started that 4 years ago, and then as soon as I set it down, the problem is I think I tend to do yarn projects in the winter, and if they're not done by spring, they're shelved, and if they're shelved, who knows when I'm getting back to it. So that's what's happened with both of these. But as you just saw, I've remembered a project that's upstairs. I'm gonna get it because I'm here to be full disclosure. So I'm gonna go get it and show you guys that one. Oh boy. I went upstairs to get a project that I thought, I forgot. Heidi Hole. We came down with a lot of projects. Here we go. I think these are mostly yarn projects. So let me just get started. I started making these little Christmas tree ornaments. They're so cute. So it was really easy just to make all these little balls. Not one made it to a tree. This I went on not Ravelry and got some patterns for some hats. Remember these little guys? Yeah, I got a bunch of them one year. I'd say I've had these for 5 years, easily 5 years. We moved here to Rapid City 6 years ago, and I'm from Alaska. Here in Rapid City, in the downtown area, at every corner, there is a bronze statue of one of our presidents. So each year, each term, there's a statue. Okay. So there's tons of statues. And in the fall and winter months here, anybody and everybody can donate hats, gloves, scarves, that kind of thing. We put them on the statues for any of the people in need, homeless, whatever, to get and use and to take. And I have been doing that. I did not last winter, now that I'm thinking about it. But I got all of this so I could make a bunch of hats, and then we would go downtown and put them on the different statues. So I picked up some patterns for that, and that was up in my, which is probably why I didn't make them last year. Oh goodness. Oh, I was supposed to make this. Oh, glue. Oh, this is a good box here. No, this is actually quite old. This actually came with me from Alaska. So it's more than 6 years old. And I would venture a guess that it's closer to 10. This is my first EPP. My very first. And I had gotten this fabric, and my plan was to do like a gradiated, from darkest to lightest. Good spread. But oh wow, I've got paper. This is a good box. But what happened was I took the entire jelly roll. Let's see. You can still got it labeled. The jelly roll. And I thought these were too small, to be honest. Yeah, I put it by what row it would go on. I really did a lot of planning here. I cut my own. Jeez. Ooh, I was really gung-ho on this one. Goodness sakes. At any rate, it's not finished. And Is it ever going to get finished after 10 years? Do I even like this fabric? I'll tell you what, if you want it and you want to finish it, I will mail this to you. Okay, that's the deal. It is partially done. Not that I'm trying to sell it to you, but it's partially done. And I'm not going to do it. So it's either going to go in the garbage or go to someone who will finish it. That's my plan. I'm taking this off my list because it wasn't even on my list. That's how old it is. That's how old it is. Supplies, I've got all kinds of stuff in here. Yeah. I will send it to anybody who wants it. If you want to finish it, it's yours. Let me know. Okay. That was hard to look at. Hearing you guys yet? Okay. Next. This was the project I went up for. Isn't that cute? I think I have all the rows done. Little crochet project. I even have the pattern, which is shocking because I almost always lose the pattern. Starlight. It's so cute. So that has been going on, or rather not been going on, for 5 years. 5 years. So I'm going to commit on this one. This one also is next Christmas. Next Christmas, the peppermints will be done. That quilt will be done. Okay, 2026. Next, I have a knitting project, and I am not a knitter. Okay, I'm not by any stretch of the imagination. I am a crocheter, but I'm not a knitter. But I got this project. I'll find the name of it from Annie's, and it's it was a block of the month. She would send the skeins of yarn you needed. I picked a gray, cream and gray colorway, and then you only knit the blocks, for that time period. And I think it took a year. And I only ever tried to knit one other time, but I did this, and so all the blocks are done. And each block is a different technique, I guess if you're a knitter, you know what I'm talking about. I know as a crocheter. So I got them all done. They're absolutely all in here. They're all here. And I just need to join them. I even blocked them. You can't tell now because I threw them back into a bag. I had them all blocked, which if you don't know, that basically you just kind of wet it down and then you pin it out so it stays its shape. And I want to do that before I connect them so I can really see a really good, straight seam to a straight seam kind of thing. At any rate, I haven't finished this. And it only needs to be joined. That's it. I'm not telling you when this is going to be done. No. I'll be honest. There's some things that, I just don't know. This one. This is something I do and have done for years and years. This is just a box of hats, little baby hats. I make them for the NICU. One of our daughters is a NICU nurse. That's not why I make them. She was a NICU baby. She's my stepdaughter. And she was in the NICU for 70 plus days. But for years, we worked at a hospital, and I would make these little baby hats. Maybe that small, but I'm trying to find one. Here's the ears. They're like little ears to the top. I thought I had one in here that was done. At any rate, I haven't done yarn project in a year or so, but when I'm done and I'm down to the end of a ball of yarn, I just use the rest. I just quickly make some little baby hats, all different colors, sizes. So this is ongoing. I won't stop doing this because I love to do that and donate them. But I should take this batch in, that's for sure. This one should go in and I will commit to do that this winter. So the current NICU hats will be donated this winter. And I will continue to always make them with my leftovers. I'll find the pattern that I use and just put it in the comments below in case you're interested. I actually think that is the last of my yarn projects. So this video is going to be so, sorry, there's a lot going on. I'm going to move on to some of my works in progress that are, let's do, I think I only have one EPP, English paper piece one. I'll grab that and then we'll do my sewing machine projects that are works in progress. Okay, in this bag, which I made, yes, lest you think I don't finish anything, I did make this, and I will pop the name of this pattern. It's by Annie bag. Inside of here, I am keeping my Round We Go English paper piece project, and that is by Sue Daly. Super cute. I'll try to find a picture of the cover of it so you can see what it's supposed to look like when it's done, because all that I have here are the individual units, which I will show you some of them. I picked fabric by Sherry and Chelsea, which I love, I love, I love. I will pop that up here too, because at the top of my head, I have a fat quarter bundle of it right behind me. Let me see. Well, looky there. Okay, Simply Delightful. Isn't that cute? Love it. Sherry and Chelsea. Okay, they tend to have, they tend to have the fabrics that I love. They just do. I'm going to show you a work in progress with something I snagged of theirs too. New line coming out. All right, so Round We Go. These are round, clever, huh? EPP. They're each packet's different. I think you do 4. Yes, do 4 of each kind of layout, if you will, and then join them all and make the blanket. So this one has been going on 5 years, for sure, 5 years. I have 8 more circles to make. That's it, 8 more. I'm absolutely finishing making these circles this winter. I have an idea of how I want to join them to make the quilt, but again, I'm going to show you, I'll try to insert a picture or two of some ideas of how people have done them. But I really want the circles to stand out, so I probably need to marinate on this again and see if my thinking is still correct on how I'm going to put this together. But this is the only non-block of the month EPP that I'm doing that I want to finish, that will get finished, and I'm excited for it. This is a very old project. Sorry. Called the Soldier's Quilt. It's done with reproduction fabrics. Gosh. You know, look at this. Oh, yeah. So I've had the kit since 2018. So I started making it. It's very reproduction. The fabrics are from the Civil War. Anyway, the fabrics very old fashioned. They would be. There's a fabric in here with a sanitary commission stamp on it. I've got it. I'm going to look. Why don't I know? At any rate, the problem with this pattern, initially I thought, oh, that'll be a really cool quilt of valor. I make at least a half dozen or more quilts of valor every year. I'm a veteran. I love to make them. And I did initially think this would be a quilt of valor. So I bought the kit, decided to do it. But in addition to the old-fashioned fabric, it's written in a, I'm going to say, less desirable way, using 1/8 of an inch measurements, right? You know what I'm talking about? 5/8, 7/8, 3/8. Well, Michaela, don't math. Okay? Don't like it. I prefer the patterns that you either size up and then trim down, or that use 1/2 inch increments. 3/4, I'm okay, cool. 1/4 inch, I get. 1/8 of an inch. Are you kidding me? This one, it will get done. I have to do this when I have the patience. And that's not often, to be honest. So I'm committed. I really do want to do this quilt. I think it's going to be a very cool quilt. But a pattern that's written, I'm not cut a square 2 3/8 inch square. This is how you get me fired up right here. I need to put it away because I can feel my blood pressure. Feel it. It will get done. I will not give a date on this. I can't tell you when I will have patience that I think could last to even finish a couple blocks right now. This one's cool. A couple years old. It's foundation paper piece. It's a mini. I will leave the name of this. I think they do this every year. I'm not doing this again. Don't get me wrong. It is really cool, but they're minis. So is this square? What is this? Right now it's 3.5 inch finish, so it's going to finish at 3-inch squares. And their foundation piece, and they're all different. Oh, I think this is like 360. Anyway, and they're actually quite fun to do when you're in the groove doing this kind of thing. They're super fun. I just haven't gotten back to it. I do absolutely want to finish this quilt, and I'll try to find a couple that have been finished and pop them in pictures so you get an idea what this will end up being. Yeah, I do want to finish this. What should I do? What do you think about this? How about if I make this? I'm going to make this my New Year's. I will start this again January. Can't start it right now. I can't start it right now. You'll see. I've got other stuff on the go. And this has been sitting. So it can go back. It's fine. Nothing wrong with it. I've got all the supplies. I just need to sit down and do it. And it's really, really fun. And they turn out so stinking cute. So January. This one. I don't think I'm ever going to finish this. I feel bad saying that. I started this right when we got here 6 years ago. For a donation quilt from, and I will, again, I'll give you the pattern and everything. But this is just a log cabin, right? But it's a star inside the log cabin. Find the star. Gosh, I have all these blocks done. Yeah, the star. You know the kind. Here, let me see if I can get back far enough. Isn't that cute? That's the whole center. Why did I stop doing this? Well, this, and it looks like I have a stack, more than a stack of these done. And it looks like I have a couple of rows done. What am I doing? Huh. Well, hell, I haven't looked at this in a minute. Should I finish? You tell me. You tell me. Finish the log cabin with a star or donate it to the Quilt Guild or something. Or one of you. It's all here. In any case, it would be a donation quilt. And I donate a lot of quilts. You tell me. Do I finish it or donate it to the Quilt Guild so they can do it? All right. Confetti. That's the name of this one. It's in my colors. It's all pinks. I have it cut. I have it all cut. I have it partially pieced. I label so I know what project's in there. I know what's in there. I think I was working on this right before I went to Germany, and it got shelved because I left, literally. Huh. So I'll pop a picture of this one in there, and I should finish confetti. I should just finish this in 2026. Just be done. So I can put another project on the spin. Okay. We are getting down to it. I know. We really just have to prioritize. That's why I do this at least once a year. I sit down, I review my project list, I add the things that slid in there that didn't make the list, but I still did. And I actually will add to the list. I don't know if you do this. I will add it to the list just to mark it off that it's done because there's so many that aren't. It makes me feel good. I have a quilt top that I made just for fun. This pattern is called Hive, and it's from Modern Quilt Studio. I did this one as not a mystery. They did like a sew along this year. So I made this quilt. I had a bundle of fabric that's like bees and honey and all this. So I thought, Hive, that'd be great. They were doing it as they do a lot of really great work with color theories and things like that. That's what they were doing it for. But I just said, I'm going to make it out of my bee fabric. So I made this, and it's so cute. I'll try to do a full picture. It's super cute. I'll pop a picture in, but you can see the little bees. And I'm going to quilt this myself and not by hand. I this summer on a Facebook Marketplace acquired a HQ Sweet 16, a sit down quilt machine. Just sit down and I haven't quilted anything yet on it. I really need to. That is going to be the first quilt that I do on the sit down quilt machine. But before I do that, a couple years ago got a project from Angela Walters, the Midnight Quilter. Oh, she's an amazing quilter. And she had a series. She still does these. She's wonderful. Please look her up, Angela Walters. I bought a kit from her that I thought I was going to quilt on my standard sewing machine, but now that I have this, I'm going to do the project. She shows you videos of different techniques. Let's say you're making a leaf, so you're going to sew, and it's a panel. I'll try to show you the panel here, and I've already got it quilt sandwiched, everything. So I've got the batting, the backing, everything, and wow. So each one of these sections, you do a different technique. So maybe in this dark green, maybe that section there'll be circles. So you practice each kind of technique in this panel in different areas, and it's a rose. Hopefully you can see that. So my plan is I got the thread and everything. I even wound the bobbins. So my plan is to practice on this. It's ready. And then the hive quilt will be the first one that I actually do quilt on there. And we'll see how it goes. I will be recording this hot mess. I mean, wait till you see her work. It's amazing. But I'm just going to do the best I can do with the skills I have right now. I suspect, like all things, I will get better at it at some point. I do some quilting on my machine, my standard machine, but this I think will be next level, at least for me. It's not a long arm, it's not anything crazy, but I will record doing this panel, good, bad, or ugly, whatever is going to happen, and kind of go from there. And then the hive quilt will get started, but not until I do this. I think I'm going to take you over to my design wall and show you what is currently in the works, and then show you a few little projects that I have actually finished. I know it probably seems like I don't finish anything, but I do. I have finished 3 quilts this month, and I just finished a little scrub top for our daughter who's a nurse, which I need to get in the mail, but I'll show you before I do that. And yeah, we'll just take it from there. Let's go to the design wall. All right, this is my design wall, just right around the corner from my machine. And this is a pattern, partially, by Chelsea Stratton Designs, called Under the Tree. The Presence, that's her pattern. That center is me, just improvising. I got a scrap pack from her. This is their new line called Poinsettias in Pairs. Isn't it cute? Little pairs. And I just used my own little background. You can see snowflakes, white on white. It was a scrap bag, so it wasn't enough to make, a full project, but I wanted to make something of hers. So I used her pattern, and then that center panel, I just did a wonky tree with the scraps that I had. And now there's a lot of white there. So I'm making these little guys right here out of the rest of the scraps. So here's another one. And I'll just hand applique those in that white space just to give it a little bit more color. This is a quilt that is a gift for one of the soccer coaches from my daughter's team for end of year gift or end of season gift. And you can see the little soccer ball motif in there that my awesome long armor Denise Blankenfeld did for me. And there's one more I'll show you. Here's another one for the other coach that I got done. I finished this one up this month. This is a pattern called Stella, and my son's friend really likes whale sharks, so I found some fabric on spoon flower and made this up for her. And it was quilted again by my long armor Denise Blankenfeld. She did a great job. See the circles and feels like water and bubbles. Made a little pillowcase out of the extra, and this is heading out, I think, to her this week. All right, I am caught up. My quilt planner book is all current.
I wrote in some of the little miscellaneous projects that kind of slid in that weren't planned. And I also have a pretty good idea what I'm going to be doing over the winter. There's a lot of projects that you guys saw today that are definitely not going to be done in the next year. They're just not. I've got a list of projects that I want to do that you didn't even see because I hadn't started them yet, but I definitely have a lot going on, and I don't imagine that some of those projects are going to get the priority level that they may need to get done. So that's okay though. I'm all right with it. I keep track of it. Mostly we did find a few, didn't we? Oh my God. But that happens. It's just the way it goes. So I will now get this video ready for you guys and figure out what project I'm going to work on this afternoon. Catch you later. Thanks for joining.